What's up, guys? It's Video Game Greek. So today I'm going to do like the defining PlayStation games that I own, and if I was going to start a collection or recommend starting a collection, these are the games that I would start with. And I got a request to do this, so I appreciate the request. It gives me motivation to do it, and it makes me know that someone out there is watching and enjoys my videos. So, let's get started here. This is kind of an interesting a look at PlayStation games because there's like subcategories that I put my PlayStation games in. I wasn't the biggest PlayStation fan growing up. I never had one when I was a kid growing up, but I always went to my friend's house and played all these games when I was younger, and I loved them all. And finally, I could go out and you know, within the last like 5 years, recently started picking those games up again. Okay, so first game I'm going to talk about here is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Now, if you know anything about the PlayStation, this is like one of the best games, if not the best game on the system, so it's the obvious pick here. Next, not necessarily like a hidden gem, but it's not that well known, but Strider 2 is incredible, and it's awesome because it comes with the arcade port game, and that's what makes this game so great. That is, you can actually play the arcade game and then Strider 2 as well, so great game, must have. I'm not huge into RPGs, but this RPG is incredible. It is the most beautiful game I've ever seen, and as far as like the colors, the art design, it's so beautiful. Legend of Mana is fantastic. Next, Harvest Moon, Back to Nature. This game is kind of hard to find, but it's worth the price tag. If you like the Harvest Moon series, especially for the Super Nintendo, this game is incredible. It's like a good follow-up to that game if you enjoy it. Now, this game, in my mind, is definitely a hidden gem. Pseudo Blade. It's a fighting game, like from a 3D perspective, and it's so funny because one hit kills you. So imagine like playing a buddy where you both have swords, and one swipe will kill you. So it's the whole game, or the whole match is like a chess match. It's so much fun. So you have to block, defend, and the actual matches can last a decent amount if you're good at it, and if you can block high and all that stuff. So, but one swipe or one direct hit will kill you. So that's what makes that game so interesting. It's so unique, and there's a follow-up that I don't have to that, a sequel game. This might be my favorite, if not my second favorite game on the PlayStation. I love horse racing games, as you guys know if you watch my previous videos, and this game is incredible. I love it. There's like, you know, little RPG elements here and there, breeding, everything's perfect. It's simple. It's such a fantastic game. I love it. So Gallop Racer is definitely a fun game if you're into like the horse racing genre at all. Okay, Einhander is an unbelievable shooter for the PlayStation, just unbelievable. I would definitely get this game. It's by SquareSoft. I think it's their first shooter. I'm not sure about that, but I think it is their first shooter. It's just an incredible game. Music, everything, graphics. It's a great game. I would definitely check it out. Okay, kind of a weird pick here for me. Warcraft 2. I love Warcraft and StarCraft growing up with the computer and the PC. When it came out for the PlayStation, my buddies and I, we had to pick it up. It's definitely not as good, but I really enjoy this game. So, I mean, I would take this with me wherever I went if I could only pick a handful of games. Okay, next, I remember going to my cousins when I was younger and playing this game for hours and just trying to pull off like the craziest stunts and tricks. And that's in the game Cool Borders 3. This game was so much fun. I don't know what made it fun, and it doesn't. When I go back and play it today, it's not as fun as I remember, but it's still enjoyable. The tricks though, and the 360s and all that stuff that you could pull off were incredible. I don't know what made that game. It was very unrealistic, but it was so much fun. I like it better than 1080 for the N64. It's kind of comparable because they came out around the same time, but it's a great game. Okay, so as you guys know, the PlayStation has a crap load of RPGs, and I'm going to just go through my highlights of the must-have RPGs on the system in my mind that I love and I enjoy. I already talked about Legend of Mana, that's my number one, but all these others are fantastic. Okay. First up, Chrono Cross. Grandia, Final Fantasy Origins, and some of these are like tactical, like RPGs and stuff like that. Legend of Dragoon, Dragon Warrior 7. Here comes the no-brainers: Final Fantasy 7, 9, and 8. You can't go wrong with any of those. And then the Final Fantasy Chronicles with Chrono Trigger on it, and Final Fantasy 4. So those are all great games. I would definitely recommend them. Oh, and then also, of course, Lunar. Okay, so now I have like fun little subcategories here. First subcategory we'll talk about is Mega Man. These games look fan-freaking-tastic on the PlayStation 1. Unbelievable. So Mega Man 8, and then the Mega Man X series where you have 4, 5, and 6. So I just can't believe how good these games look. They play great. It feels a little slower to me, you know, compared to the NES games, which is what I'm used to. But they're still fantastic games, and I would definitely recommend them. They've been going up in price recently. I mean, I got each one of those games probably for $5 a long time ago, and it's just I can't believe how much they've skyrocketed. I don't know if they're going to keep going up, but I would definitely recommend those games. They're a lot of fun. Okay, next I would say my next category is the Disney games. There was a lot of great Disney movies in the 90s, and the PlayStation came out with a lot of good movie-based titles, and really, really good movie-based titles. And these are my 3 absolute favorite, and they're all platformers. Tarzan plays like Donkey Kong Country. Unbelievable game. Hidden Gem. Same thing with Hercules. Just, I mean, so good. And then also Peter Pan: Return to Neverland. Fantastic game. All beautiful and all fun and all easy enough that it's, you know, you're not going to throw your controller. They're fair games, easy to pick up and play. Okay, so you're probably wondering why I haven't talked about these big series here, but the Spyro series is fantastic. Obviously, just great games. And then this is the first game when I was younger, when I played, I'm like, oh crap, the PlayStation's here to stay, and that's the Crash games. These games are fantastic. I didn't want the PlayStation to take over. I was a hater, but when I played that game, I'm like, wow, the PlayStation is a great system. And so the Crash games are a lot of fun to play. They're great 3D platformers. Okay, next category are Mario clones. Okay, these aren't necessarily good, but the PlayStation has a ton of Mario clones. Extreme Go-Kart. My favorite, Smurf Racer. Hidden Gem, Speed Punks. This is probably the best out of the 3, not necessarily that I like it the most. And then my other favorite one is Nicktoons Racing. There's 4, there's a lot more, but those are 4 that I picked up along the way. And then, obviously, a solid series is the Gran Turismo series. When I played this for the first game, I couldn't believe, you know, you could actually level up your cars and win a race, and then go spend money on new shocks or what, a new engine, and like every aspect of the car you could upgrade. It was so much fun. We spent hours playing that game. Last but not least, great series. Another series that I got into very early on with the PlayStation system, and that's Twisted Metal. These games are just great. This game didn't get the best reviews in the world. I still enjoy it. It's like you're actually racing with little RC cars and stuff like that. Small Brawl, it's called. And then everybody remembers Sweet Tooth. I think Twisted Metal 2 is my favorite, but all these games are good. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm going to probably do this same kind of video again for another system soon, so if you have any recommendations, let me know. Thanks for watching.